Let's get started with our breathing. I think I'm going to sit today and give my knees a hug and let my back open up so I can do some nice good breathing through the back of my rib cages. But like I said, you can feel free to lay on your back, lay in shell stretch, however you feel comfortable. I just want you to begin with an inhale. Draw the air in through your nose. Exhale out through your mouth. And when you take your next inhale, let those rib cages really open up through the back and the side of your body. Think about breathing three-dimensionally. Open to inhale. You bring the rib cages back down and in towards your waistline to exhale. And just start to warm up a little bit. All the tension out of your head and your neck and your shoulders. Start to feel yourself engage your pelvic floor with each exhale. And just center your focus into your body right now. Use your breath and this just chance right here to feel what's feeling good and feel some of the things that you want to feel loosen up or lengthen by the end of class today. So let's take a couple more inhale, exhales. Feel those abdominals firing with each exhale. You lift your pelvic floor. You zip up your internal zipper. And one more inhale, exhale here. And then we're going to slowly roll down onto the mat. You're going to find yourself laying in neutral spine, a little bit of space in your low back, a heavy tailbone, and your legs and feet are hip distance apart. And from here, we're just going to begin with your imprint. Let yourself open up through the front of your head and your neck and your shoulders. Gently either gaze up at the ceiling or close your eyes and start to slide the ribs towards the hips and release them out, warming up your low back. Just real gentle here, using your obliques, your abdominal suspenders. You're going to rock your pelvis, low back flattens, and then rock it forward and create some space. And just use your inhales and exhales. Keep breathing here. Keep warming up that breath. And let's do two more. Imprint and release. And imprint and release. And from here, just let your hands reach along the mat. Stretch out your right leg. Slide your heel along. Bend your knee and circle your leg around. So we're tracing a big wide circle here with your heel. You're bending your knee and bringing it back up and around. You're inhaling and exhaling. And while you're doing this, the right leg is the only thing that's moving here. Let's go ahead and reverse it. Let your knee fall out. Hold your hips nice and level and even. Hang on to that left side so you don't find yourself tipping from side to side as your leg circles around. And keep contact with the floor when you do this so your hip can really release the tension across it. You don't have to feel like you're holding that leg up. Good, you guys. Let's switch legs. Let's straighten it out. Open up to the side and circle your way around. Hold level and even. Inhale and exhale. Release that left hip. Circle it around, slide the heel along the surface. And keep yourself steady with your right set of abdominal suspenders. Now let's reverse. The leg falls out, you send your heel away, and you slide it back up and in. You inhale, you exhale, just let that tension go in your hips. Stay nice and open through the front of your head, neck, and shoulders. And one more here, and exhale to slide it back in. So we're going to roll over to our sides now, and you're going to let your ear rest on your mat. You're going to stack up your hips, knees, and ankles and sandwich one hand on top of the other. And keeping your hips nice and steady, you're going to reach up to the ceiling and look at your hand, and then open for a twisting stretch. But the hips still stay stacked. You're going to reach up to the ceiling and then exhale, bring yourself back around. So your head and eyes follow your hand. You're opening rib cage to top of head, but the hips and low back stay nice and still in place. Let's do 2 more. We inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale to come on over 1 more time. Inhale up, exhale, twist to open, catch a stretch across your chest. Reach it up to the ceiling and then bring yourself on over. And then we're gonna change sides. We're gonna do the same thing over here. So you stack it up over here, your ear rests down on your mat, we reach to the ceiling and we exhale to rotate and open. And you look up and you bring your rib cage around to bring your hands back together. Inhale. Exhale, twist to open, look back at that hand. Follow it with your head and eyes. Good, so we're moving your head on your spine along with your ribs and your mid-back. Inhale. Exhale, come on over 1 more time, nice and steady across your waistline. Stretch it out. Reach to the ceiling and use your abs to bring you back over. And then we're gonna go up onto hands and knees here and go into our cat-cow. So your hands are under your shoulders and your knees are under your hips. And when we do cat-cow, we're always starting tail to head. Either way, when we go to our cat, we round and we drop our head and pull our belly button deep into the center of our stomach. And then when we go to our cow, you send your sit bones out behind you. We lengthen our spine and we bring our head up onto our spine. Be careful here. You don't want your head up too high. You're going to create tension up at the base of your neck. Your eyes should just sit right in front of your fingertips. And then we round. And let your head hang down. And then we lengthen and bring your head up onto your spine. And so everything goes tail to head. And exhale, tail to head. Good. Let's do 2 more. Draw that belly button deep into the center of your stomach. Lengthen out to a cow. And 1 more time. And lengthen out. Now staying in this cow position, we also call this tabletop. And you have your eyes just right in front of your fingertips. I want you to go ahead and lift your right leg at a 90 degrees, and I want you to push up. Put a footprint on the ceiling. Keep your abs lifted and press 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just slide it in and switch legs. 90-90, flat foot, push up. 2, 3, 4, support with your belly button. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Same thing again, right leg. And pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Make sure you're not overarching your low back here. Keep your belly button lifted for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. We're going to go ahead and reach opposite arm and leg here. And switch. So we reach and reach. Really long reaches. So don't worry about how high from the floor you get. Think about lengthening from toes to fingertips. And length. Good. Support your abs. Your head stays in the same space. Eyes straight out in front of your fingertips. Exhale. Stretch it out. Feel the back of your body working. Keep your abs lifted. 2 more, each side. Good. We're going to go ahead and do a side leg lift here. So it looks like you're going to bring both the knee and the foot up. You lift up. We call it the fire hydrant. We lift up. They come up together and down. You rotate to open and rotate to open. And let's go 5 and 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then I want you to kick it out, pull it in. Kick it out, pull it in. Kick it out, pull it in. Last 4. Hold your abs in. 3. Keep that hip open. 2 and 1. Bring it in and rotate down. Let's switch sides. So just start with the fire hydrant. Rotate to open and lift. And open, bring that foot with your knee and lift. Good job, you guys. Exhale. Keep the abs lifted. 2 more. Last one, and kick it out. And pull it in and out. And pull it in. Stay rotated open. Just lengthen the knee. 5 and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in and set your knee down. Good job. Lots of glutes there. Now we're going to go to our back. If you have a foam roller, you can lay this along the length of your spine. If you don't, just go ahead and lay down on your mat in neutral. You're going to go ahead, and if you have any kind of hand weights, small hand weights handy, again, go ahead and grab those. If you don't, that's okay too. This is just little extra bonuses, but no big deal if they're not right by you, or if you want a quick grab, that's great too. Okay, so we're gonna start with our hands lifted to the ceiling and just work on this little bit of a reach higher to the ceiling, and then squeeze your blades together. So it's this, let the fingertips come up a little higher, and then squeeze the blades together. And reach and squeeze the blades together. So it's straight, strong arms, and you're reaching and scooping from your underarms. And let's go 3 and 2, neutral spine, parallel legs. And then let's scissor. A pulse, pulse to center. And a pulse, pulse to center. And center. So when you're doing this, you guys, make sure that when your hands go high, you're not flaring your ribs or popping them open. You should feel your mid-back touching the top of the foam roller. If you feel like you can't bring your hands so high without flaring your ribs, then just don't lift quite as high. But you have to stay connected in the front of your rib cage here to help keep the ribs soft and melted to the floor or the roller. 1 more. And center. And then with thumbs up, we come up, open, and circle our way around. And if you want to slow it down a little bit through your circle right about here and catch a nice chest stretch, that's totally fine. So we're going to come up, open to stretch, and circle around. I'm sure most of us feel that little bit of extra pull as we come along and open up through the front of our chest. And now let's reverse our circles. Check your legs. Make sure your feet are in line with the sit bones in your butt. Knees stay hip distance apart, parallel legs. Good. Keep those ribs melted down and your head is relaxed on the roller. 1 more here. Come around and exhale to come down. And then we're going to go ahead and do some crisscrosses. So we're going to get the high chest stretch here. And we're going to work on connecting through the front of your rib cage. So even when the hand goes high, you're going to stay connected and you're going to keep those obliques firing. Good. Let's do 2 more to each side. Perfect. Good job. Feel the shoulder blades moving around the foam roller. From here, we're going to alternate arm and leg lifts, a little core work here. You can do it with one hand on the floor if you're up on that foam roller, and then switch. And then if you want to try to, no hands and alternate leg lifts. It's a little harder to balance up here. If you're on the floor, just opposite arm and leg lifts. We call this the dead bug. 1 more. Perfect. So I'm going to ditch my weights. We're going to get rid of your foam roller if you were using it. And we're going to move on to our workout. So let's go ahead, lay down in our neutral spine here. We're going to start with our ab prep. So you bring your hands to the side of your body. You're going to nod your chin and then slide your ribs to your hips and reach up. When you're up here, check that you still have space in your low back and then roll it back down. So it's a nod and lift and lower it back down. And a nod, reach to lift, feel your side suspenders firing, and a roll it back down. Exhale, slide those ribs and let them out. And let's go 4 and 3, last 2 and 1. Beautiful. And then switch to your stomach. So we balance out all that forward bending with some back bending. We're just going to go a small ways here. You're going to come up, but you're going to keep the bottom rib attached to the mat. So you press up, you lift, and you come back down to hover. It's just a small movement. We're just looking to extend your mid-back. Push those hip bones into the floor, long, straight, strong legs. And then if you want to add a little challenge, hands can come to the side to lift. And back down. Squeeze to lift and down. Blades come together. Inhale. Exhale. And let's go 3. Bottom rib is attached. Hip bones into the mat. Last 1. Reach and come back down. And let's go into our shelf stretch. Stretch out our low back a little bit here. Make sure we didn't create, any tension. Grab a few inhale, exhales here. Let your low back widen and open up and get ready for this next set of exercises. Let's take one more good inhale, exhale here. And we're gonna roll over and do our 100. So we're back on our back. If you want to, you can have the hand weights again into your hands. You have a choice of head up or head down, legs in or legs out, and you can alternate. So if you're up there and you need a break, put your head down and come on back up again. We're gonna start here. Let's start in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and reach, 2, 3, 4, 10, and in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 20. Abs, 2, 3, 4, 5, and squeeze, 2, 3, 4, 30. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and X, 2, 3, 4, 40. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, and X, 2, 3, 4, 50. Abs, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 60. Inner thighs. And out, 2, 3, 4, 70. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and reach, 2, 3, 4, 80. Abs, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 90. Last 10. And out, 2, 3, 4, 100. Bring the knees in, set your weights down, set your head down, and give your knees a hug. We're gonna put one foot down at a time, walk our way back up to sitting. When you're sitting, I want you to sit in a rounded C curve, okay? So you're not on your sit bones, you're just behind them. You can take your arms out in front of you with or without weights. You're gonna go nose to knees. We're gonna roll back just about a third or a halfway down. Just your low back is touching. You're gonna rock forward to take a nosedive. Stack up your hands and roll it back again. Just the low back. We rock it forward. We set up our arms. We go back again and rock it forward. Reset. We roll. Abs to rock. Set your arms and go it again. Good. Your shoulder blades should not hit the floor. If they do, you might have gone just a little too far. Just the low back. And rock. There we go. On this next one, roll it back. Take your hands to your sides. Stay here. Bicep curls. Curl up those abs. Belly button to the center of the stomach for 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Reach it forward, stack it up, roll it back. This time, we're going to row wide. It's actually more of a fly than a row. Abs in. 4, 3, 2, 1, and reach it forward. And stack it up. And last one, we're gonna come back. We're gonna rotate and open and hug it to the center. And rotate and open and center. And rotate and open and center. And rotate, open, and center. One more. Open and center. Rotate, open, center, and reach for your toes. And from here, just slowly roll yourself down to your mat and stretch yourself out. So, legs are long, arms are gonna come up above your head. Again, good with or without weights. So right here, we're gonna really watch that when your hands get high, these ribs should not be flared and wide open. Stay connected through the front of your body. It's like you're knitting your fingers together. Do the same thing with the front of your rib cages and limit how high your hands go if it feels like you can't connect. So we're gonna reach, inhale to the ceiling, nod our chin, and exhale, roll forward and reach for our toes. And then we're not gonna straighten up, we're gonna just roll our way nice and slowly, all the way back down to the mat. Hands come overhead, knit those ribs, and reach, and round, and stretch over your thighs, and roll it back. Slow down, touch each vertebrae down one at a time. Articulate your way, let your head rest, hands overhead. Inhale, exhale, reach, inhale, and exhale to come down. And again, inhale, exhale, and inhale, exhale your way back down. 2 more. Exhale, deep abs, reach, and roll it down. Last time, bring it up, round it forward to reach, and slowly roll it down, and bring your weights and set them back down. So let's go ahead here and bring ourselves. You have choices with this next one. I like to keep one leg straight and my lead leg is bent in the air. If you have good flexible hamstrings, try and straighten this leg. We're gonna do a leg circle. So we come across our midline and out and around from the side. And across and around. And let's go for 3. Hold your hips level and even. 2, and 1, and then reverse it. Out and up, out and around, across that midline. So you go wide and across, 1 more, and up to the top. And then we trade out legs. Now you can do this with both legs bent if you want, or both legs straight, or any version of that. Work with what feels right. We're gonna come across and out for 1. Inhale, exhale, 2. Hold yourself steady for 3. And last one comes around for 4. And switch. And come around for 1. And 2. And 3. And 4. Come up to the top and set your foot down. We're going to work on a roll up next. So we're going to come up one leg at a time and crisscross at our ankles. And so here you're just going to pop your tush up. And when you pop up your butt, that's the initiation for the full roll up. If that's what feels best to you, stay here and work on this. When we're advancing along, you're going to start with straight legs. You're going to hinge and lift yourself onto your shoulder blades. You're going to try and touch your toes to the floor. We open our legs wider than torso distance apart. Make sure your weight is only on your blades and roll our way down. We come down, 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 imprint, zip it up, hinge, scoop, peel, and lift, and come to our blades. We touch, lift, open, and roll it down. Now, if rolling on your spine is not interesting to you, then you guys just keep popping and popping. That's a great ab workout. Inhale, exhale to roll up, touch, lift, open, and roll it down. Nice and slowly. Control it. Imprint on your diagonal zip one more time. Hinge, lift, touch, lift, open, and roll it down. And come down nice and slowly, like laying tape on the floor. And you go as low on this diagonal as possible. Zip it up and draw those knees back in. We're going to set one foot down at a time. Good job, you guys. Whichever version you did is awesome. You want to work within your framework, and you can always build for more when you're ready, or if you're ready. Okay, so we are going to come back up one leg at a time. We're going to imprint here, and we are going to work on holding ourselves up here, and I want you to rotate your legs and reach, bend them, center. Rotate, reach, bend them, center. So you're in your hundreds position. You're not really pulsing or doing any of that rhythmic work, but we're working on holding your imprint and staying lifted through your abdominals without putting tension on your head. Now, if you need to, you can always set your head down. Try and keep reaching through your fingertips. Draw it in and center. One more time. Reach, center, and bring it in. From here, you're going to do our single leg stretch. We're going to reach and reach. And then we switch. And switch and switch. Remember, abs. Eyes above the knees for 2 and 1. Put your hands behind your head. If you need a break, head can come down, you come up, and we go across. Across. Now keep your elbows wide and come across through your ribs. So it's the rib to the knee. It's not the elbow to the knee. Rib, left rib, right knee, right rib, left knee. And let's go 3 and 2. Strong legs and 1. Hold in here. If you need a break, put your head down. You're going to grab a hold of your knees. You're going to reach up with your hands and your arms. And you're going to slowly swim your way around. Reach and reach. Pull through the palms. Reach and reach. Thumbs up. Pull through your palms. And let's go 4. Your eyes lift. Your eyes go to your knees. Come up a little higher. Your eyes lift. Come up a little higher. Last one. And then we scissor. So you come up tall, pull, pull, and switch. Straight, strong legs, you guys. Eyes through your thighs. Nod that chin. Deepen the abs. Give yourself a pull. And let's go 3 and 3. Straight, strong legs for 2. Last 1 and 1. Good. Come to center. Set your head down. Give your knees a squeeze. That was a lot of abs for a long time. Just rotate around a little bit. It's like a self-massage to your low back. And then when you're ready, 1 foot at a time, back down to the floor. Okay, so we are going to start here with our feet shoulder distance apart. Okay, and you're going to work on, instead of rolling up, we're going to just come up with a straight hip lift. Okay, and set it back down. Now, if you have any weights or a weighted ball, something nearby, we're going to add that in and just hold that above your head. Okay, even the small hand weights, whatever you have. And if you have nothing, I just want you to hold your hands up there. It's still a challenge. And lift and lower and lift and lower. And I apologize if I didn't tell you guys in advance to have things ready. I would just say whatever you have laying around your house, don't go and buy anything or get anything special. But if you can gather up any little items that you have laying around, we can typically make use of some of it. And otherwise, just Use your body weight. And lift and lower. Good. Now we're going to come up here and hold it. And we're going to bring your hands overhead and back up. So we're going to stay lifted, reach above us, and then bring it back to shoulder height. So you're going to come out and forward. Keep those hips lifted. Inhale, exhale, 3 more. Exhale, inhale, exhale. Last time, wrap up those glutes, stay high. Keep reaching through your hands. And let's do little pulses at the top for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set your hips down. Good. Now I want you to come on back up, still holding the ball. And I want you to go ahead, keep your hips lifted. I want you to lift a knee, reach a toe, bring it down, bring it up, bend a knee, set it down, switch sides. So it's knee lifts, you straighten it, you flex and lower, you point to lift, you bend and set it down. So it's a up, reach, flex, reach, bend, set it down. And it's a lift, point, flex, point, bend, set it down. Regroup, get those hips high. Knee, point, flex, point, knee, set it down. And knee, point, flex, point, knee, set it down. Last time, regroup. Up with the knee, point, flex, point, bend, set it down, and knee, point, flex, point, knee, set it down. We're still up. Little pulses for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and set those hips back down. And go ahead and just send those weights away. We're flipping to our stomachs. So we're going to get on our stomach here. Our legs are a little wider than hip distance apart. And what I want you to do is let either your head rest on your stacked forearms or prop up on your elbows here and reach your hands in front of you. You have to keep your abs lifted here, especially because we're going to go ahead and bend, and point to send it out. So it's a point, flex, point to send it out. Your eyes are just in front of your fingertips, so your head is on your spine, your abs stay lifted. It's a point, flex, point it out, point, flex, point it out. Flex, point it out, and point, flex, support your abs. And point, flex, stretch out the front of your thighs here. Good hip flexor stretch, good quad stretch, abs supported. And point, flex, point it out. One more, and point, flex, point it out, and point, flex, point it out. From here, I want you to come down into a hover with your elbows bent. You're going to go ahead, I'm going to show you slowly first. We reach our hands out in front of us. They will be up off the floor. You're going to come pinkies up, and you're going to swim and lift your chest and come back down. So you shoot them out, pinkies high, we swim around. Neutralize that spine. Hip bones press into the floor. We come down. We inhale to lift to swim. Exhale to hover and stretch. Inhale to swim and lift. Exhale to lower and stretch for 3. This is our breaststroke. 2. Lots of abs and lift and come down. Good job, you guys. Let's go ahead, push back for our second shell stretch. The breaststroke is challenging, and a lot of times we take a little tension in the back, so we want to make sure to even it all out. So take your couple inhale, exhales here. And then we're going to come on up to sitting. So What I like to do, because my hamstrings are a little bit tighter, is I'll typically put a pillow or a towel or a blanket under my butt when I go to sit with my legs straight out in front of me. If you can get your legs straight and find your sit bones and you can sit tall, then you don't need to do this. Or you can bend your knees a little bit here. But you want to make sure that with your legs straight out in front of you, you can find your sit bones and sit straight up. So we're going to start out with our arms out in front of us. We're going to sit up on a wall, and we're going to just sort of peel ourselves head, neck, mid-back, and reach for our toes. And reach, 2, 3. And then we're going to peel ourselves back up. This is our spine stretch forward. And what I just want you to do is take your time to articulate, and when you reach, pull your belly button into the center of your stomach and come back up. So this is clearly not the most challenging move from a strength standpoint, but it makes you have to think about using your body to lengthen and moving yourself segmentally so that you can learn how to articulate without moving in big chunks or clumps through your spine. And we reach, 2, 3, and come on up. One more time. So you obviously know that when there's something slow and easy in the middle, it's just the build up for something a little bit more challenging. So from here, we're gonna rotate around. And when we do that, the back pinky comes up, the thumb is high on the forward hand, and then we saw our first 2 toes, and your nose is at your right knee. We come up and rotate that thumb around and come to center. I'll show you slow. One more time. Rotate high and saw, 2, 3. Come on up and come around. Now we're loose and let's go for it. We're gonna exhale. 2, 3, stack it up. Draw in your abs for 1, 2, 3. Sit up tall, rotate around. Lift that back hand, come around. Belly button deep. 2, 3. Stretch a little farther, come up tall, and really go for it. 2, 3. You can do this safely as long as you pull your belly button deep into the center of your stomach. One more time. And reach, 2, 3. Stack it up. And reach, 2, 3. Stack it up. Come to your center here. Now, if you have those weights handy, let's stay with our feet straight out in front of us, and let's do the twist. 2, 3. Come tall and twist. 2, 3. Come tall. If you don't love it like this, you can go to a bent knee. 2, 3. Come tall, or you can even sit crisscross. And 2 and 3. Come tall. And it's X. 2, 3. Legs stay still. And X. 2, 3. One more time. Come tall. And X. 2, 3. Come tall. Good. I am going to ditch this little support back here. And we're going to come up to a seated position with our knees bent. You're up tall on your sit bones. Your hands are going to come out in front of you. And now we're going to rotate, reach, and rock it up. We rock back, we rotate, we look to our hand, come tall. So we swing it out and bring it up. And swing it out and bring it up. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Couple more. So it was the slow build, and this is the fun one. We got one more after this in this series. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Good. We're going to work on our neck pull. So there's 2 versions. I'm going to show you the prep and then the full. The prep, hands behind your head. Feet are hip distance in front of you. You're up nice and tall on your sit bones. You're going to roll back. You're going to rock forward, take a nosedive. You're gonna stack up on your sits before you go anywhere. And then you're gonna rock and rock, stack it up, and go again. And rock and stack it up. Now, if you want to try the full version, you're going to lay all the way flat down with your legs straight. Your hands are going to go behind your head. You are going to nod and peel and take your nose dive forward. From here, you sit up tall and then you roll your way down nice and slowly. Again, all the way down. We nod and peel. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Grab a breath. And exhale your way forward. Try not to yank on your head. Even though it's called the neck pull, you want to try to avoid pulling on your neck. Use your abs. Keep your elbows wide. If you're in the prep, keep on going. You're doing great. Those are really tough. One more. Come forward. Stack it up and roll it back down. And from here, let's head to our side. And we're going to come up onto an elbow. We're going to keep our bottom leg straight out, and we're going to lift our top leg. And we're going to go pointing and flexing the lower. And point and flex and point and flex. Abs stay pulled in. Shrink wrap that waistline and point and flex. 4 more. And 3. And 2. And 1. Now hold it up. I want you to point forward, come over, point back. Hold your body still. Point forward and point back. So I know for myself, I have to take my time with this because I'm likely, especially when I go back, to get some wiggling in my low back. So point forward, take your time, point back, and forward and back. One more time. Come forward and back. Good. Stack up those legs. I want you to go ahead and reach along the side of your body. I want you to go ahead and lift. And lift. And lift. And lift. For 5 and 4. Last 3, 2, and 1. Very good. I want you to go ahead and switch sides now. So we're going to switch over here. And we're going to start up on our form. You can lay down on your arm if it feels better to you. It's totally up to you. But let's point and flex. Eyes straight out in front of you. Keep your waistline shrink wrapped so your abs are still engaged 3-dimensionally. And flex and point and flex. Good. For 5 and 4. Last 3 and 2 and 1. And then we're going to come forward and back. Hold still. Forward and back. And I use this hand in front a little bit for stability, especially when I come around to the back. When your hip flexors are a little tighter, you want to make sure that you're holding yourself still and the hand is okay to help with a little support. Let's do 2 more. And back and forward and back. Good. Now stack her up. Hand comes along the side of your body or your hands down and you're going to lift and lift and lift and lift for 5 and 4, 3, 2, and 1, and bring it down. Good job, you guys. Those are not easy. We're boosting them up, and you're doing a really great job. So let's head on over to our hands and knees here. And let's get our hands under our shoulders and our knees under our hips, and I want you to curl your toes up underneath you. And what we're going to do from here is you're either just going to lift those knees and set them down, okay? This is called your leg pull. Or you're going to lift those knees and shoot them out to a plank. Set them down, shoot them out. Good job. Let's go 8 and 7. Soft elbows. 6, 5, Last 4, 3, 2, hold it up wherever you are, knees or straight legs, for 6, 5, 4, 3, squeeze those glutes, lift the abs, 2, and 1. Set it down. Let's come down to our stomach. Hands go wide on the mat and a little bit above our shoulders. Toes are pointed, hips are open. We're gonna take a big inhale and come all the way up into our swan dive. Hip bones are still pressed into the mat. And exhale, come down to your hover. Keep your abs supported. Inhale and come up to what feels comfortable for your body. So full extension may not be today for you, and that's okay. Maybe you're just gonna come up part way and come back down and inch your way into this. So don't push into something that feels like it's saying no to you. Just slowly nudge up to it and come away. Inhale, exhale. Now you can add a little rock, and you can add a little reach. Two more. Come up and come on back down. All right, so let's stretch it out here. So we're gonna go swimming, and we're gonna count for swimming to 50 the same way that we count with our 100. So by 5s, inhale, exhale, and we're gonna flutter. Okay, you guys ready? Abs are pulled in, and let's begin. It's in, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, out, 2, 3, 4, 10. And in, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, out, 2, 3, 4, 20. Abs, 2, 3, 4, 5, and flutter, 2, 3, 4, 30. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, and lift, 2, 3, 4, 40. Last 10. And out, 2, 3, 4, 50. Set it down. Woo! Push it back. Final shell stretch of the day. Get rid of all that tension across your low back. Stay here. Take a few big inhales. And a nice big exhale. Good. A couple more here. Just let your low back widen. Let this distance from ribs to hips on the back of your body open up by lifting your belly button into the center of your stomach. And then when you're ready, we're gonna come on back up and head towards our back again. You guys doing okay? Okay, Friday's always like the culmination day. So we do a lot of the essential stuff, but it does tend to be the most challenging of the week. And so I'm glad you're all here for it, because you can all do it. You got it. Let's come up. We're going to go with our legs. We're going to either reach or stay bent, and we're going to draw little horseshoes with our legs, with the tips of our toes. Okay? You're going to be imprinted here. This is called our hip twist, and we rock around. We do this a lot in reformer with our feet in our straps. It's a little easier on the reformer than over here. Good. One more. And come around. Now let's bend our knees in and bicycle. 5. This feels better. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now let's keep our legs up. We're going to practice teaser. You can do it with your feet down. And maybe you want to start with your feet down, or you can start with your feet in the air. Let's show it first with your feet down. You're going to reach, and then you're going to round to come forward. Stay behind your sit bones here. Stay rounded in your low back, but reach your arms and chest up. And look and roll your way back down. And hands come down. So it's a reach, round, look, and roll it down and come back down. And again, now let's try it a little more challenging if you'd like. Come up, reach, you can even reach your feet, and roll it down and come back down. We round and reach and roll it down. Now, if your feet are down, just keep going. That's great. This is a really challenging exercise. I typically avoid it, but I've been trying to embrace it because I know I need to do it. And roll it down. Good. Last time. Reach and balance and roll it down. Good. Let's come up one leg at a time. I want you guys to grab a hold of the back of your legs, and I want you to balance behind your sit bones. Okay, this is sort of like that happy baby pose, but your legs can be bent or straight. Mine are a little bit bent because my hamstrings are tight, but we're gonna hold that position, and you're gonna rock back and forward and try and balance. If you can get your legs straight and do this, there's a couple of you I know who can, go for it. Good. Stretch it out. Rock and roll. Balance. Use your abs. Inhale. Exhale. Control the return. And let's do it for 3. This is your open leg rocker. 2. There you go. And 1. And come on back up and set your feet back down. Good. Good job, you guys. That's a little more challenging, and we'll keep working on that as we go along. So let's go ahead, find ourselves with our feet in front of us. We're going to do our leg pull this way now. We did it face down. Now there's either this lift of the tush and lower, or there's the straight leg version. Hips up and down. When your hips come up, your eyes lift and lower. When your hips come up here, your eyes stay straight out in front of you. Okay, so maybe try a little of both and feel what works best for you. And let's go for 4 and 3, 2 and 1. We're gonna go to our side. We're gonna do our side bend. So our feet are interwoven. One knee is down. The heel is in the bend of the ankle. Your hand is down. You're gonna come up, and you're either gonna come up to your knee and really reach. Okay, so this is the knee version, which is great. And or when you come up, you squeeze your thighs together and we go full leg and set it down. And set it down. And let's go 4 and 3. Good job, you guys. When I turn to the side, I can actually see you. 2 and 1. Thread it through. Reach it up. You can do this from your knee too. Thread it through. Reach it up. Thread it through. Reach it up and set it down. Good. Let's switch sides. All right, so now opposite leg is on the floor. Heel of the top foot goes in the bend of the ankle. We're gonna come up onto our bottom knee and side bend to reach. And come on back down with control. So this is our kneeling version. You can thread here too when we get there. And then we're gonna pop it up and squeeze to reach and come down. And squeeze to reach and come down. Come down with control. No crash landings for 4 and 3. We're almost there, you guys. Home stretch. 2 and 1 and thread and lift to look and thread and lift to look and thread and lift to look and set it down. Woo! I am for sure sweating. So good work, you guys. Let's do a little stretch here. I think let's go ahead and start with our little bit of a spine and hip stretch. So bring your right foot to the side of your left knee. You're gonna rotate here and you're gonna bring your elbow on the outside of your knee and turn your shoulders to stretch. You should get a little across the cheek as you push into your knee and turn through the shoulders. Just take a few inhale, exhales. Good. And then you're going to unwind nice and slowly. Send that leg out. Switch out your feet. Hand comes down. Opposite elbow. And push into that knee. And stretch out the opposite cheek. And let's get a few more good solid inhale, exhales to finish up the same way we started. All right, you guys, good job today. Thank you so much for being here.